BTotW.
Welcome back to the podcast. You heard it here. Pause. Eventually. I remembered it this time. We're back after a week. Little vacation and a little addiction, and we'll get into both of those this week. But to start it off, we always like to start off with a big titty. It's always a great way to start off your day. And mine is Star Wars Jedi Survivor came out. I'm playing it on PS5, so I got none of the bugs that are on PC. Although I think I almost bricked my PS5 yesterday. I was just playing and my PS5 just shut down. And it was off for a little bit, and then there was no colors, and then there was colors, and then I don't know. But we're good now, I hope.
I would have been pooping my pants.
I would have been so mad if I had to get a new PS5. Although, like, I would have been mad, and I would have been mad that I had spent $500, but at least it's not like I can't get it anywhere anymore. Like, I can just go to any store, I feel like, now and get one.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'm experiencing like pretty much zero bugs, my review of this game is just, it is great. I think it, like, if you like the first one, it is the first one, only better. Like, there's nothing in this game that I'm like, I kind of liked how they did the first one. You got fast travel to meditation points, already 10 times an improvement. I assume you can't, I assume it's gonna be like Kingdom Hearts 3, where Kingdom Hearts 3 you could teleport between different save points on the world, but then you still have to go to the gummy ship, so you want to be able to like be in Monsters Inc. and be like, hey, I want to teleport to Toy Story. You gotta actually go through the gummy ship stuff. I assume it's gonna be like that. But the fact that fast travel's even there is gonna make cleanup so much easier. There's like mounts that I haven't even got. Semi spoilers. There's like High Republic lore, which I had no idea that was gonna be in this game. Which is always a very cool part of Star Wars that's not like super touched. I know it's touched a lot in Legends. The stuff that's like not necessarily canon anymore, but not like super touched in the newer canon stuff. But yeah, just everything about it feels buttery. Just chef's kiss. It looks beautiful. Big fan. So that's my big titty. Big recommend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also only like 8 hours in. And super overwhelming, I will say. Like, I'm the type to get distracted because I like to explore everything before I go to the main story, and I think I'm slightly getting punished on that. There is literally another Ogdo Bogdo. His name is in this game is Spawn of Ogdo. That I can't beat right now, and it's pissing me the frick off. There's a Rancor that I can't beat right now. It's pissing me the frick off. So I left those two things for now. I'm going to do the main story, and I hope that I can come back later and kick their asses.
Dude, I don't like that theme in games now. Like, I like having a lot of stuff to do, but I don't like when they can be distractions. Like, what happened to keeping things locked until post game?
Yeah, it's very almost all like. I've even heard some people, I don't know if I would describe it like this. I've heard it used for this game specifically, which maybe I would see. Definitely not for the first game, but I could see this game being described slightly like Metroidvania-y. Because like Metroid, there's so many locked doors like right at the get-go, and then like some of the first doors aren't open until the end of the game, and that leads to the end of like the final boss type thing.
Yeah, I think it. I mean, online it's been used to describe the first one because of
really?
that style. Probably also because of the no fast travel and having to
Yeah.
re-go through levels, like, and just, beast mode through some stuff at the end. Because that's the thing in Metroid too. Like, you have maximum energy tanks and missiles, and there's still stuff that takes one shot to kill at that point, just in your way for no reason. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of like, which is I'm glad because like you already feel strong in this game because you keep all of your powers from the last game. Obviously, it's not like, oh, I lose my connection to the force, I have to re-unlock force push or whatever. None of that. So like you already feel strong, but then there's already so much stuff that you can't do that it feels good because it's like you're actually on get stuff in this game. Like I'm pretty sure at one point you get a blaster, which is cool. And I think that there's like a style of combat where you can have like a sword in one or a lightsaber in one hand and a blaster in another type thing. That
You
seems
should be able
really
to
cool.
combine them.
Yeah,
Gunblade.
that'd be sick.
You like shoot the sword from the lightsaber like as
Mm-hmm.
an energy beam, and then another one grows in its place.
That'd be awesome. Um, and yeah, I was saying like on my stream, single handedly, I think this game is gonna get me to catch up on all my Star Wars stuff that I'm missing because I'm having a blast with it, and I'm so behind on Star Wars stuff. I need to watch Rebels before Ahsoka that we talked about. I still need to finish Mando season 3. I need to watch all of Andor. I need to watch Tales of the Jedi. I'm real behind, and I think that this game's gonna give me the push that I need.
Just
So,
for the new stuff too, not
yeah,
even like the old stuff that's canon.
yeah,
Because they've been coming out with a lot. I know they said they were taking a break from movies, and now I think they're finally going back
yeah.
to movies. But like they've been releasing a ton of Star Wars stuff if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So break from movies didn't mean lack of content.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my big titty.
I also started Jedi Survivor or
No,
Fallen
yeah.
Order, not Survivor, Fallen Order, so that I can play Jedi Survivor. But I'm gonna buy it after I actually beat Fallen Order, probably.
Is there gonna be a
Um,
buffer game?
I mean, I'm always gonna do multiple games at once now, and I think, well, I have to play the Redeem from Fisher, which is Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
But I also had another one.
That you
Oh, it's
want?
gonna be Zelda.
Oh yeah.
So I'm probably gonna play all those at the same time.
Dang, 3. Unheard of territory.
Yeah, yeah. I can do. I think I'm gonna stream 3 days a week, pretty set, and I'll probably just do one, pick a day for each one,
Hmm.
and kind of stick to the schedule that way.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, it's not my big titty though. My big titty is gonna lead right into my vacation, but I'm gonna start with Nintendo World because it's my big titty. Because Nintendo World is super well done. If you've been to Disney and you've been to like the Star Wars area of Disney, which is fucking top notch. I mean,
Wait, did you buy a
Disney is.
lightsaber?
I did. I built it the first time.
Oh, right. I thought that you were gonna do that this time. Yeah. Have you gotten it yet, or do they need to
Nah.
ship it?
What?
You have it? Or are they
My
gonna ship?
lightsaber I bought in Disney World the last year. Yes, I have it. I
I
didn't.
thought
I
that they
didn't buy
need
a
to.
new one this
I
time.
thought they need to ship something to you that they didn't have
Yeah,
in
you can
stock or
ship it.
something.
No,
Oh, I don't
no.
know. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Well, they had.
Or was it
I
like a
know that they.
BB-8 or something that like you thought about getting?
Yeah, I thought about getting a BB-8. I thought I might get a BB-8 when I went this time because I got R2D2
Oh, okay.
last time, but we didn't even go to the droid store, so I
Oh,
wasn't
gotcha.
tempted. I was also not trying not to spend a ton of money this
Yeah.
time. Otherwise, I probably would have bought a lightsaber. Also, so I mean, I'm gonna talk about a ton of stuff on this vacation. But so first, if you've been to Star Wars World, Star Wars Land, whatever they call it, super detailed and well done. The Millennium Falcon that's outside of the ride where you pilot and you be the gunner and engineer of the Millennium Falcon called oh damn it, Smuggler's Run.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's fantastic. I mean, it looks like the first scene in Episode 4 where you see the Millennium Falcon when Han Solo is fighting with Jabba the Hutt outside of it.
Dang.
The same like when you're going online, you see it from the same angle. They also have a from the Sith area. They have one of their standard ships,
TIE
not
fighters.
not the Vader version, just the regular one. Because they don't really have Vader come out. It's all Kylo Ren as part of the show. He comes out and gets people to come in and he berates them, like as far as Disney allows you to go.
Mm.
So if you've seen that and you've seen how intense it is and how much you feel like you're just on a planet in Star Wars, then you'll understand the concept of Nintendo World, which is it looks like you just walked into a Mario game.
Dang.
It looks like you just walked into New Super Mario Bros. U. you're walking around. It is so awesome aesthetically. I took pictures. I posted some on like an Instagram story, not on my Dragon Rider Jack one, which I probably should have, but on my actual one where where people exist and can appreciate it so far. Uh, there's only one ride, which is a little bit of a disappointment. I'm pretty sure when they open it up in Florida, it's going to be way bigger because so Universal California or Universal Hollywood has very limited space because it's on the Universal lot. So the sound stages where they're filming shows actively and where they have sets like outdoor sets for movies and all this other stuff, that's part of Universal Hollywood's land. So they have a limited amount of area to take
Mm-hmm.
up. So there was this unused part. It's probably used as some sort of set or maybe a warehouse or something that they tore down and they build Nintendo World from this. So you have to go down like 4 flights of escalators to even get down to the level with rides. Uh, because at the top is Harry Potter, and then you go down and you have like uh Indiana Jones ride, which doesn't exist in the Florida Universal Studios. It doesn't make any sense because they have 2 fucking parks in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a very small park in Hollywood. And then the Mummy ride and Jurassic Park. Wait, is Indiana Jones? No, Indiana Jones is Disney. Or was it? I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care. So you go to Nintendo World, you can see it the whole time you're going down the escalators.
Mm-hmm.
You can see like the outside of it. You can see the sand dunes from the distance. It looks like World 2 of any Mario game 'cause it's always the desert world.
Mm-hmm.
It's always my most hated world. I hate desert areas and anything. You can see Bowser's castle, the back of it and stuff. So you get in, you go through the pipe and you hear the like I can't do a good one, but you're going down the pipe that just plays randomly, not every time someone walks in, because
Mm-hmm.
otherwise it would just nonstop go off. There's streams of people going in this pipe. And then you get in, there's question mark blocks that you can hit, and there's a bunch of different mini games where you can use to get coins. So if you have they have a $40 wristband that you can buy, and you can start accumulating coins, which I think you can use to redeem for some stuff online. But all the mini games are tied to that.
Mm-hmm.
The ride is also tied to that, but only if you. It's like the ride is basically Mario Kart, and you're shooting shells using these like 3D goggle things, like AR goggles, not really 3D.
Mm-hmm.
And you turn the wheel. And the only reason I lost, because it scores you. The only reason I lost to my girlfriend is because she had to remind me halfway through you're supposed to turn the wheel with the arrows. I forgot that from the instructions, so I was just shooting the shells at everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all of Bowser's kids, every Bowser Jr. and Bowser himself that you're supposed to hit with the shells.
Mm-hmm.
So I was focused on that, and then she's like, "You're supposed to be turning," and I was like, "Oh shit!" And if I had been turning the whole time, I definitely would have beat her because she didn't have double my points. I was close.
Wait, but the
But we
wristband,
paid.
can you like take it home and then a year later
Yeah,
use the same one?
it's yours.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yours. Yeah,
That's
it's a
not too bad
one-time
then.
thing. If you live in California or Florida and you know you're gonna have a yearly or the annual pass to the park,
Hmm.
you can do that for sure. I
Yeah.
don't think there's nothing that says you have to buy it that day. They have leaderboards on their Universal app, and they'll show you throughout the park. Like you set up your profile, and it'll show you as #1 coin holder for the day.
Dang.
I don't know if you get something for that, like a special prize. They ship you something Mario specific, and they have thousands of them to ship one a day or anything like that. But I mean, hitting the question mark blocks with it and hearing the coin noise and they have obviously all the characters, Mario and his whole troop, Yoshi. They don't have any of the villains that come out, but you have Peach. You can take pictures with Peach. You can take pictures with Mario and Luigi, Yoshi, and I think there's one other character that they'll have come out in costume. But I don't remember who it is because we weren't there all day. We actually paid $20 to get in an hour early. And that's the only reason that we were able to even get a reservation at the Toadstool Cafe. They literally run out immediately when the park opens. So there's a QR code you scan, and then you have to get a reservation for the day. We were on the ride when the site finally started working, and then when we were leaving, we had to sprint out to get service and book a time slot for Toadstool Cafe. And the castle itself is amazing. If you've seen the Mario movie, which I just added to the agenda because I forgot, we got to talk about that too. In Bowser's floating citadel thing, he has statues of himself. They have an amazing statue of Bowser at this castle. Amazing. It looks like it's made out of stone, like carved out of stone. I'm sure it is not, but it looks like it's carved out of stone. It's extremely detailed. The castle, when you go through it, the lines, every new ride they build now, they have make the lines more interactive, things to take pictures of, things to look at. So he has schematics for Bullet Bill, like how to build them. He has information on where Mario and all the other people are, like all this insider info and the concept of the race. It's just really cool. I'm sure there's tons of pictures online, but Nintendo World is amazing. But I think in Florida, it's going to be like way bigger because Florida Universal is building a whole third park, and it's probably going to be like Nintendo World. I think it's like How to Train Your Dragon and or Shrek, and I think there's a whole Illumination land, so like the Mario movie, the Minions, and all that other stuff. I believe. Not 100% sure on what the finalized plans are. That thing's not opening until 2025. I'm sure it's under construction now.
Oh, dang.
But since it's a whole new park, I imagine it's going to be much bigger than this very, very small area. Once the park actually opens, there's a virtual line you have to wait on. And the line fills up immediately, and eventually they like get rid of it. Like sometimes they'll stop you. We had the reservation to go into Toadstool Cafe, and they told us we had to wait until 5 minutes before the reservation, and they wouldn't let us in otherwise. But when we went back, there was no virtual line, and they were waving everyone in.
Oh.
So we waited around in the sun, and I got sunburn on my neck for no reason. But Nintendo World's awesome. I recommend visiting if you have the opportunity. I don't know if it's necessarily worth, a whole trip to California just for Nintendo World. It really is tiny. It really is tiny. That whole park universe has way less rides in California. The studio tour is really cool. Harry Potter is cool, but not as big as Florida because they have 2 Harry Potter parks. That's what might be in the last park, the Fantastical Beasts. Like a third Harry Potter thing. So I don't think it's worth a whole trip to California just because they opened it there. I would honestly wait till Florida opens in a few years and then do a whole trip to Florida. They have 3 parks. Their resorts actually exist there. I don't even think they have a hotel. They might have a hotel in Hollywood somewhere, but it's like one. In Florida, it's like a Disney. They have multiple resorts that you can stay on for Universal, and you can get the included tickets and go to their water park, not Kalahari, that's the indoor one. With the volcano in it. I forget what his name is. And they have 2 parks. They'll have 3 parks. It'll be worth a whole trip, a whole vacation for. So that's my big titty. Done. But I'm just gonna transition right into my vacation. I'm gonna try and keep it brief. There's tons to talk about, obviously, because I went to Disney 2 days. I did other stuff in California also. First I'll just try to kind of talk a little bit more about Universal. I thought Universal in Hollywood was cooler because of the lot. We were there on a Sunday, so there were no actors, there was no crew working on the tour. So I really wish we went on a weekday so we could have seen maybe some celebrities walking around, or like we drove the first soundstage we drove past was Lopez versus Lopez. So George Lopez and his actual, I think, real life daughter, and or the girl that played Carmen on his first show.
Wait, what the hell? Does he have a new show?
Lopez versus Lopez, yeah. Honestly, when I go into the city for work,
I've never even heard of this.
There's a in the subway that I have to take. There's a huge poster for it. I've seen like 1 or 2 ads for it online too. I don't know if it's really that funny, but I know
they got a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. 87% of people like this show of Google users.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's decent. George Lopez, I always thought was kind of a funny guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure because of this show is how he got into Blue Beetle as one of the cast members, or they leveraged giving him this show and said, "Hey, you have to be in Blue Beetle." Or something. I don't know how these things work. I know that a lot of the contracts for one show or movie are tied to other future projects that might be unnamed at the time.
Yeah.
It's like actors get forced into being in movies. Sometimes it's like an actor that's high profile and they're in a shit movie and they have to be nice about it. But years later they say, yeah, I know it was shit, but I was contractually obligated to be in this movie. I had no option to leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, we drove around the lots. We drove through like, Back to the Future, the courtyard where he lands, where the clock tower is. It's a whole outdoor set that they've changed over time and used in other stuff, but you can still tell right when you get there, this is from Back to the Future. That was all really cool. Harry Potter World, it's kind of small because there's only 1 park. They only have 1 ride. Well, they have 2 rides, but they don't have Hagrid's Magical Journey, which is the best ride in Universal in Florida out of all their parks. It's a shame that they didn't build it yet in Universal Hollywood. I would have loved to go on that thing. Also, when we were in the castle, someone pulled the fire alarm. So in the last set of projectors, like the wall just went white, and we were just shaking around, looking at a blank wall like this, and we heard the sound playing, and it was like, oh, I guess we're back in the Great Hall. We go past the 2 screens, and they're just static images while the characters are still talking to us, and it's like, oh, all right, yeah, this is fun. And then when we go in the shop, we can't even look around. Every employee is ushering people out as if the place is really on fire, but definitely, definitely not. Um, let's see. And then we wanted to talk about Toadstool Cafe because Vinny over here, I always got to remember you're on the opposite side from my screen,
Yeah.
has heard that it wasn't good, but I thought so. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you were saying that the thing that you got was like the best thing at an amusement park. The thing that I saw was just like overall, like there were positives, like 9 out of 10s and stuff, but overall, I saw TikTok that were like most of the food's just like kind of like someone
Yeah,
who ordered everything on the menu.
Yeah, I had fried. I had a dessert. Did I have an appetizer? I don't think I did. I wanted an appetizer, the cheesy garlic knots, but they were out of them. It's kind of hard to mess up garlic knots, so I assume those were pretty good. Some people at my table got the soup, and the soup is cool because it comes in a bowl and it has a toadstool top, like a mushroom top. But as soon as they give you the soup, they take the top off and they tell you have to hand it back. So you can take a picture and then you want to give it back. But the last soup that they brought us, this employee must just not have given a fuck because they just left it. And then other employees that had already taken some of the stuff from us just left it there also. So we had one on the table.
Yeah.
Like even though they took 3 other ones away as soon as they delivered it, and we were like, what the F? I had the Chef Toad short rib special. Everything there is priced really high, $25. It's probably not worth $25, but this is seriously the best food that I've ever had in an amusement park. I would eat this food at a restaurant, just going out with other options, tons of other options. Braised short rib, creamy goat cheese polenta, and a red wine reduction sauce. Basically, it's braised beef, short rib. It's not huge though. The portion is small. I would expect a whole plate for $25, and you get, what looked like a brownie cube.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. I demolished it. And in the sauce, it's a red wine sauce, but it's kind of brownish sauce, and then they have 4 dollops of white, so it looks like a mushroom. And that's, I guess, the creamy goat cheese polenta. I could not stop, and they put it on mashed potatoes also.
God damn.
I could not stop eating it, and I basically drank the sauce off the plate. If I wasn't in public, I would have licked this plate clean. I would have picked this plate up and just licked it absolutely spotless clean, but I was in public and I didn't want to disgust everybody at the table or Nintendo World. Some people had the Bowser's Fireball Challenge, which is a 1-pound meatball. It's huge with mozzarella cheese on top and a Bowser puff pastry, but everyone expected it comes with hot sauce on the side, which is what you would assume is the fireball part. Like you can add the hot sauce and make it hot. No, the meatball is really, really spicy, like too spicy for my girlfriend.
Wow.
Almost too spicy for her brother. Both of them are from Mexico, like Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one really likes spicy food. They admit like they're on the rarer side of Mexicans where they don't really like spicy food, but they can handle it at least much better than me. If I took one bite of this, I probably would have breathed fire like the dragon I am, and then passed out and or just died. So that one, the people that like spicy foods said it was good, but it's apparently really, really spicy. Some people had the burger, which it was just another burger, which for a theme park is not that great. For desserts, at my table we had the tiramisu, which was apparently really good, but I didn't try, and it comes in a question mark block, which is cool. So
why did you not try it?
Well, I had Princess Peach's cupcake.
Oh,
and it's a big cupcake. I mean the icing was melting onto my finger, and it was just on my finger at the end. My whole right index finger was purple. Like it took me a while to clean off the icing. And like half the icing fell off at the end, and I ate all of the cupcake. There was a ton of icing on this thing. absolutely insane amount of icing. But it was really good. It was delicious. It wasn't I wouldn't say it was the best cupcake in the world, but it was better than just most generic amusement park food cupcake.
Mm.
So I thought it was really good. They don't have it looks like they might have I didn't even remember seeing this. They might have one beverage that's actually themed after Mario Superstar Lemon Squash, where it's honey lemon soda with mango stars and assorted tropical bobas.
Sounds like
I
it'd
don't
be
even
good.
remember seeing that on the menu. I would have ordered if I saw it on the menu, but I just got a fountain drink.
Yeah.
Uh, and um, and everything else is just generic, like water, apple juice, milk, fountain soda. I would have expected more drinks that would be themed after instead of just the
When you
food.
were talking
Is
about
like
the
a missed
fireball
opportunity.
challenge in the group um Discord, I thought that was like an alcohol thing, like fireball.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Because they do
I
some theme parks where they sell alcoholic drinks, right? So the parents can get through the day.
They sell alcohol at Universal.
Yeah,
They have a Simpsons area where you can get a Duff beer.
that's cool.
Um, and there were alcoholic beverages at the Toadstool Cafe. I think a few people at our table had one, and it was good, but it wasn't themed after Mario really. It was just an alcoholic drink that was there. Maybe it was themed after Mario, but it's not even on this. It's not even on this menu. I guess they wouldn't want to advertise
Yeah.
the uh, the drinks. I think it's just another drink you get at other places in the park too, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, that kind of sums up Universal. The butterbeer was good as always. Uh, and then Universal is in Hollywood, which is an hour away from where we were staying, and it's about 40 minutes away from Disney. They're not close like they are in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the actual trip. For Disney, went to Disneyland and one day and California Adventure the next day. Um, they were pretty good. I think that Disney World is obviously much. It has 4 parks. It has way more stuff. Everything inside the parks is bigger as far as actual area. So Star Wars Land is larger in Disney World, I think, at least a little bit. They still have all the same stuff though, the same rides, the same 2 rides, which are identical. I looked them up online because we didn't get on Rise of the Resistance in Disneyland, but it's identical
Oh, okay.
down to the last detail I was seeing online. They let you build the lightsaber. They have the lightsaber store where you can buy them and stuff. Like we were talking about, they have the same shows. Kylo Ren. They have Chewbacca and Rey up above the Millennium Falcon from time to time. Just random other shows go on. And that's in Disneyland. That was the first day that we went. One of our group built a lightsaber and carried it around the park the entire day. It's absolutely insane. I couldn't believe it. And he took it on the plane as his carry-on. He didn't want to ship it. He built a
That's
much cooler one.
hilarious.
They had a cooler option. His looked like a Sith. I mean, he got green lightsaber, I think, or blue. I can't remember.
Mm.
Um, but his looked way cooler than the options that we had when we built ours a year ago. I'm sure they rotate the sets out, so you don't always have the same option. It's worth building it year over year.
Yeah.
Um, but he went in the store after, and I did not know this. But when you're buying the kyber crystals, when you want to change the color of your lightsaber,
Mm-hmm.
they're $17 a piece. But if you pick red, they let you choose it because you have a low chance of getting a black kyber crystal. So your lightsaber will be pure black
Oh yeah, I've heard
instead
about
of red.
that. Yeah,
And apparently, the black kyber crystals that people get, they resell them for like $300 online for a $17 purchase. I think I would have just gone in and bought out their inventory, got a black kyber crystal or multiple, and I would just resell the red ones for like $15, $14. It's cheaper than Disney,
yeah.
and you make most of your money back doing that. I don't know. I mean, they must have some way to stop you from doing that. They probably have a limit
Mm.
of like 5 per customer or something, maybe. But my God, I had no idea about that. I would have probably bought different kyber crystals had I known when I had my lightsaber. I was in a not buying mood when I found that out,
Mm-hmm.
so I just didn't. um, and then the other thing about Disney in California is that the rides that they share when they have the same ride in both parks, Disney World and Disneyland, better in Disneyland. Like
Oh.
It's a Small World and Pirates of the Caribbean, 10 minutes each.
Mm-hmm.
And in Disney World, 2 minutes. The boats are smaller, more compact. The ride is shorter. I don't know why they have so much more land. Why did they not just build it either identical or better in Disney World? Disney World, they built second
Mm-hmm.
after they learned from Disneyland. And they were like, oh, too long of a ride.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fucking way. But I was glad that we went on those rides where they were in both parks because they were actually different. Pirates is so much better in California. So much better. I
Oh.
can't even put it into words. I mean, it feels like the whole story is different. I know some of it is the same,
Mm-hmm.
but just feels so much longer and better. And it has an actual drop in it, so it feels like a ride instead of just like in a boat for 2 minutes going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the last thing I want to say about Disney is I think Disney has a little bit of a fucked up policy when it comes to their parks because let's say you're a huge Disney fan, but there's one Disney movie that, so like for me, for example, I love Aladdin. It's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite Disney movie. You are so hard pressed to find anything Aladdin in the whole park. I had to go to the store that was like outside the park on it's still Disney's property, but it's not in one of the parks with the rides, just to find some Aladdin stuff. I got one Aladdin shirt and I got one Aladdin ornament, a Christmas ornament. Both really awesome. But you could not find Aladdin anything in there. I've never in last year at Disney World or this year in Disneyland, I have not seen a single thing for Hercules, my
That's
second
so
favorite Disney
weird.
movie. Like not yeah, you can't even find it. You can't even find a shirt with the Hercules like the Greek writing on it in his letter in his style. There's no ride in the park
It's
that's
so
based on
old.
Hercules or Aladdin. I don't know why they wouldn't. They had a bunch of Little Mermaid stuff. Obviously, the new movie's coming out, and they had like one kiosk with the new actress and characters, and the rest of it was all still cartoon mermaid Ariel.
Hmm.
And obviously, the cartoon Ariel was selling way better. Like we saw
Did you
people buy
see
that stuff.
Sebastian and Flounder from the live action?
I did.
That's
Sebastian, I'm not that upset about. Flounders,
I mean, I
he's
think they
weird
both look
looking.
bad.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know. I
like
don't mind that.
Lion King. Like these movies are just
I don't know why they wouldn't
so weird.
stylize it. I don't know why they wouldn't stylize it to be closer to the actual cartoon when you can.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Sebastian so much because I think they're going to be doing a lot the with the model.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to look bad no matter what.
Yeah.
They can make him look amazing, exactly like Sebastian from the movie. But when he has to drum on certain things, when he has to move, when his mouth has to move to speak, it's going to look very weird and off-putting.
Yeah.
I mean, why not just make them real people like you did in the fucking Aladdin movie? Like you made Raja just a handmaiden for Jasmine. I'm sure people complained about that and they're trying to learn their lesson, but at some point there's to be like a middle ground somewhere probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did see that. I didn't realize that Scuttle was Aquafina from Ten Rings,
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, his best friend. I think that'll be pretty good. I like that casting as a voice. I don't even really remember Scuttle from the cartoon, but I know he's
I've like never
basically the
seen the movie,
narrator.
I'm pretty sure.
Really? Well, it's a good movie.
Never seen like any of these.
I own them all on VHS.
I'm sure
Dating
I've seen
myself.
I've seen like Hercules like very shortly. I've seen not too much like I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Aladdin.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
you should watch Aladdin. Aladdin was so
Listen,
popular they had 2 follow-up movies that went straight to VHS.
and weren't those not good?
They were okay. I didn't mind them.
Listen, here's the thing. I got everything I needed to get out of Kingdom Hearts. That's what I like to say.
Yeah. They tell you they show you some things, but I mean they're musicals. You miss out on all the songs basically. Kingdom
But
Hearts
I
doesn't have
know
really any of
those.
them. Yeah, but you gotta see. I don't know. I can't explain. You should watch them at least once. Disney Plus exists. I know you have a subscription. The movies are not long. They're like maximum 90 minutes because back then animating was fucking difficult.
Yeah,
So
that's
they're
true.
not long movies. It's worth a watch. And they also have accompanying animated series that were decent. I remember from childhood. So they might be worth a watch also as like background filler, time killer stuff. But yeah, I think Disney fucks up. If you have so many properties and you know that there are definitely everyone has a favorite, and I'm sure that at least there's a small demographic of people out there there will always be someone in the park who's a major fan of one of your series. Like every single one will have a major fan there. If you don't have stuff for them to buy, you're missing out. I would have bought more if I saw Aladdin and Hercules stuff. Since I've never seen Hercules stuff in the parks, because I went to the park when I was a kid before Hercules came out, and then the last year and this year, nothing was Hercules in the parks. Those are the only times I've been. I would have definitely bought some Hercules shit.
Mm-hmm.
even if it was bad, even if it was just something that just said Disney but in Hercules writing, I would have bought that fucking shirt so that I could have said, yeah, there was some Hercules stuff in the Disney park. Um, but yeah, I think it's worth. I think Disneyland is worth a visit if you're gonna do a vacation. It's 2 parks. There's character breakfasts, so you can go and Goofy dressed as a chef can take a picture with you, and it's pretty good food, buffet style. They actually have a couple of roller coasters. They have the Incredicoaster, which is cool, which is one of the slingshot roller coasters. And then it does go around the track, and it's kind of cool. Inside every tube, there's different stories of Jack getting away. So you'll see Mrs. Incredible stretched around.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see Dash trying to run and get him. You'll see Jack multiplying through the ride, cloning himself or whatever his actual powers are. There's a big Ferris wheel. They actually, when we were there, they had a food and wine festival going on. We were there for the last day in California Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So they had food from around the world. I don't know if that stuff's always there, but they had basically like, I think it's a Mexican style of corn where it's not just buttered, but they have some spicy red.
Elote.
Yeah, maybe. Is it that? And then mixed with like a lime. They also had like a one that was slathered in lime sauce. They had turkey legs that you could just eat on a stick. They had obviously a bunch of different drinks because it's a food and wine festival. So that was a unique time to go. They don't always do that. And then Disney California Adventure also had the Avengers area of Disney.
Nice.
And they redid Tower of Terror to be a Guardians of the Galaxy ride where you're going up and down and Rocket hot wires your elevator to try and go save the Guardians that have been collected by the collector. So you go up and down and it shakes a lot of their screens. It goes up and opens up the doors like Tower of Terror did, so you see over the whole park and then takes your picture. I was literally pointing at the camera because I was dancing the whole time, and I pointed because it was one of their song from the trailer of the original movie is what plays in there.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend and one of our other friends had their eyes closed like the whole time until that moment because they were terrified, and my other friend to my right was actually having a blast. So his hands are up in the air. I'm pointing at the camera, and the other two are just like gripping the seats with their eyes closed in the picture that we have. And then it does our drive. I thought it was an awesome ride.
Mm-hmm.
They had Peter Quill and Gamora as the show come out, and you had to do dance offs to confuse the Kree targeting software because he broke in to save his boombox, and Gamora gets all pissed because that's what they went in to save and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the Quill actor that they had was more comic, more related to the comics than looking like Chris Pratt. He had blonde hair and everything. You could buy his leather jacket too for $400.
Wow.
So it's insane how they price these things. But that place was cool. They also had Pim's Test Kitchen, which we didn't get to eat at because the pregnant girl whose birthday it was said that she couldn't eat there, so we had to go somewhere else. But they had the funniest thing on their menu was the not so little chicken sandwich. So there's a bun that's like a hamburger sized bun, and the chicken is like the size of 2 of my heads.
That's awesome.
With sauces and stuff on it. And they had other things like that. They had really mini sliders. It was probably like, this size sliders, just basically like one of those mini Chips Ahoy or Oreo cookies. So it was cool, and it was a cool concept. Even if it was just regular food, it would have been awesome to eat there, but no. Yeah. And they had the food and wine festival anyway, so we still got to eat some pretty good food later in the day. But that is my review. Disney. The rest of my vacation was just general California stuff, visiting people. I got to meet one of our streamer friends out there, Jesse.
Yes, sir.
He lives in California, and actually he works one day out of 5 days of the week. He works near where my girlfriend's parents, dad and brother live. So we got to meet up. We went to In-N-Out, and it was better than the one in Vegas or Texas. I actually enjoyed it this time. I didn't enjoy it in either of the other locations.
There was I've had it in 2 of those. I've had it in Texas and in California. It tasted the same to me.
Really? I don't know. In Texas, it was not that good for me. I don't know why.
Also, like, I think it's very good. Like, if I went there, I'd like, or if I lived there, like, it'd probably replace my McDonald's trip. Like, instead of going to McDonald's, I'd probably go there. But like, it's nothing like some California natives are like creaming over this.
Good. I know. Some of the stuff that started in California, they just absolutely love.
Yeah.
And I thought In-N-Out was better there.
The
But they
fries
also
are
all know the secret
disgusting.
menu. I didn't mind the fries, even though they were disgusting.
Nasty.
See, I didn't mind the fries in California.
They're just like there's no color on them. They're just like no seasoning, but no like you only get animal style, but
Yeah. See,
animal
I didn't
style
even
kind
know
of
that was a thing.
sucks.
Jesse told me the whole secret menu. He knew the
He
whole
didn't tell
thing.
you beforehand.
No, he did. He got
Oh.
the animal style
Oh,
fries.
okay.
I got regular fries just because animal style. He said was like cooked in mustard and some other stuff, and I was like, I'll just try the regular one. I
Yeah.
added salt to mine and ate it in ketchup, so
Oh.
that may have covered up the flavorlessness if they really were flavorless. But I really like the burger. But the thing is, in the East Coast, I have Five Guys,
Love Five
Shake
Guys.
Shack, and Smash Burger. They're all the Smash style burger, just like In-N-Out, and they're all really good.
I would not argue that In-N-Out is Smash style or like Five Guys.
You don't think it's Smash style? It looks Smash style to me. I mean, I'm sure that they smashed the patty.
Well, because like Smash Burger is like freaking paper thin smashed.
Well, yeah, that's their thing. But I mean, Five Guys, I think, is pretty close equivalent to In-N-Out. I don't think it's near. Yeah. It's not as smashed as Smash Burger.
I would say those two are similar, but I don't know if they are Smash equivalent.
I think all right, maybe Smash Burger might be unique because I think the patties they do go flatter and wider, and I think their Smash sauce is actually a little bit better.
Yeah.
Than the Five Guys sauce.
I think like what's that one? Freaking what's the second place you mentioned?
Shake Shack?
Yeah. I'm indifferent about Shake Shack. I think it's fine. Everyone's out here freaking out over it. We got a location open by me, and it was okay. Like I love that the bun has a little diaper on the back. That's a big plus. So it catches everything.
Well, they do that at In-N-Out too. They did for me.
Yeah. No, that's paper. I'm talking the bun. At Shake Shack is connected on one side. I love that.
Yeah. So if you eat it from the side that they expect you to eat it from, then it won't all be pushed right out. And by my old office, we had a Shake Shack that was one of the test kitchens. So we had all the stuff, like all the new stuff, and we could try it out. That was cool. But if I had to choose between Smash Burger, Five Guys, and Shake Shack, I'm gonna go like a toss up between Five Guys and Smash Burger every time.
I love Five Guys.
I like Five Guys. I don't like their fries. I know that. I mean, their fries are huge. And when you order even the small amount, they just dump them in the bag. Mm-hmm. There's way too many. You can never eat that much. You feel like you should eat that.
Yeah.
Because you paid for it, but it's never worth it. I just like that they do that peanut thing. You can just grab a handful of peanuts and just throw them on the floor. They say just throw them on the floor. If you're allergic to peanuts, you can't even look at a Five Guys. They even say it outside. They have a thing in the window that says if you're allergic to peanuts, don't come in.
Yeah.
So, so I tried it out, met Jesse, hung out. We went. I also saw the Mario movie, so we'll go in that next probably. And then the last thing I was gonna say was I downloaded like I think 50 gigs worth of stuff on my tablet. Didn't watch any of it. Wow. I fell asleep on the plane back. On the way there, we used Karina's work iPad, where she had downloaded New Amsterdam, beginning of season 2. Let me tell you something. This has been on the list for a while. Like my Dragon's recommendation here for New Amsterdam. Season 1, strong recommend. It would have been if I had just watched season 1 and finished. It would have been strong recommendation. Season 2, they're kind of going off the walls. Some of the storylines don't make fucking sense. The therapist is randomly adopting a baby. He's gay. He has a partner. They have 4 kids already, but he feels like he has to adopt another kid. He's doing it without his partner's knowledge. It's like there's no reason. There's no reason. They're just doing it so he has a drama. Is he like
a little bit of a huskier dude?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've seen clips of this on TikTok.
He was in this actor specifically was in some show I used to watch. It was like a 1 season and done thing. I thought it was a great show though. It was like on Spike TV maybe or something. I need to look up his IMDb history to figure out which one it is. I remember it being maybe about the devil coming to Earth, not Lucifer, but some other like comedy, way more comedic toned. He's a very good comedic actor. I like the actor. But the storyline they're doing for him is so dumb. And like the storyline, basically the storylines for all the characters, they're throwing in a lot of drama unnecessarily. It's a medical drama. The medical stuff could be the drama, but they're giving every character a weird storyline.
Yeah.
I think season 2 is going to be a misstep, and then season 3 and 4 will probably write the course, I assume, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So it was a recommended. Season 1 was amazing. I was crying every single episode, and it was a good thing. It's a very heartwarming show, but it's a real show. Real medical stuff happens, real lives, real drama. It was all very well done. Season 1 was amazing. And season 2, I don't think I've really teared up a single time.
Dang.
But I mean, we were also on the plane. And then on the way home, I tried to watch Bob's Burger movie. I fell asleep 20 minutes in, so I put my tablet away, and I slept for the first 4 out of the 5 hours of the flight home, and then we woke up and watched episodes 2 and 3 of Hell's Paradise on my phone instead of on my tablet. So on a small screen instead of on a big screen.
Dang. Well, that's cool. Vacation done.
But I saw the Mario movie, so
yes, that's
you want to talk
next.
about that one next?
So what's your
I've been talking
thumbs
a
up?
lot. All right, I'll go first.
Or thumbs up, thumbs down? Cool, because I talked about it last time. I
Oh.
think.
Thumbs up for me. Yeah, but you said we were gonna wait until I had seen it, so we talk about specifics. So spoiler alert for Mario movie, because I'm not holding back.
I think I am
thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I think I am a single thumbs up. I don't know if I'm double, but I enjoyed my time.
I give it double thumbs up because I think I could appreciate every single one of the Easter eggs.
Yes,
from
like when he was out here playing
game.
Kid Icarus in the first part.
Yeah,
and that's who was the original Mario voice actor. Yeah, I think Chris Pratt did a good job.
He was also his dad. He also voiced his dad, Mario's dad, in the movie. I saw in the credits.
Charles Martinet?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. It was cool seeing the family. That's one thing that I don't think like we've ever seen pretty much.
You didn't even know that they had other relatives.
Yeah.
Like it was like they were Jesus born, but not even with a mom.
Yeah.
They just sprung from the sewers like the turtles, like Ninja Turtles.
I love the Yoshi Easter egg at the end. Hopefully that means we're getting a sequel, which I mean with the amount of money that this makes. Yeah.
We did see Yoshi's at one point in the movie also.
Yeah.
Well, it made over $1 billion already.
Yeah.
Definitely sequel obviously coming.
I think the one thing is I felt like the middle seemed like a little fast. Like going from like the training to the Kong. I wish we saw like even like because we saw just a bunch of clips of like, oh, there was this land, like the Yoshi Island, and there's this island and this island. It would have been cool if there was like a mini plot point in one of them, like the sand area from Odyssey. I think we saw that at one point.
They walked through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And then the only thing where they had any interaction was they walked over the bridge of Cheep Cheep.
Yeah.
Which was from the level from the first ever game where Cheep Cheep are just flying up from the bottom. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I think the people who like the movie are either one, adults who like Mario, or two, children. Like if you're an adult who like never really played Mario, this like you're not gonna go in and be like, wow, this is a great movie, just because like
you're not going to this movie.
Yeah, like, but if you like Mario, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I feel like I really think Nintendo probably hedged their bets on this one. Like, hey, will people want to go see a movie? So they probably didn't really pour, tens and hundreds of millions of dollars into it. So I assume they were limited. That Illumination had a limited budget, so they had the movie is short. It's short for today's standards, even for animated movies. It's on the shorter end, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that it's pretty inevitable when they do a sequel, it's probably going to be so much more, like so much more fleshed out.
The Luma,
I didn't have
hilarious.
anything I had a problem with though.
I love the Luma character.
Yeah, the Luma character, just the voice of dread.
Mm-hmm.
But that also leaves room for Rosalina to come in because they played her like the laughter that you hear at the end of every Mario Galaxy level, played with the Luma at the end.
Yeah.
So there's room for Rosalina. There's also the way they set up this movie. One of the things that I think it's 2 thumbs up for me because I think they're setting up basically a whole Nintendo verse.
I'd love that
because Peach just said there's whole universes out there or whole galaxies out there or whatever she said. I don't remember the exact line, but it made me think this fucking pipe that goes to who knows where. They could do Metroid.
Well, so wait, so let's call it. Let's say they're doing a Marvel style thing. And they're doing all these movies, and they're gonna do a Smash Bros. Eventually. What do you do before Smash Bros? Like, what movies do you count? Also, are you counting Sonic as part of this? Also, are you counting Detective Pikachu as part of this? Before I think this Avenger style Smash Bros. Movie. Because you don't necessarily need
I
to just keep the first cast. Like you don't whoever is the first cast in N64 one, you don't need to do just those characters.
yeah, I would say I would do I would keep Detective Pikachu in because they did way more than just Pikachu. There were a lot of Pokemon in
Yeah.
that movie. And they could just have the Charizard come in like a fucking bat out of hell and kick some ass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think what was the other one you said? Oh my
Sonic.
god, Sonic. See, Sonic would be a toss up because that's obviously Sega. I don't know. I don't think Nintendo owns Sega.
Yeah, I know he's in the game. He's in Ultimate.
He is in the game. He's been in Smash Bros on the roster since Brawl. I think
Either since Ultimate or since Wii U. I want to say Wii U, but definitely not Brawl.
that's Brawl. No, yeah. All right, hold on, wait. I gotta.
No, Wii U's not Brawl. There was like a Wii U one. There was a 3DS and a Wii U one that were like equivalent.
Yeah, he was in Brawl.
Oh fuck.
He, Sonic is a character from Sega who appears in Super Smash Bros. Brawl as one of the two third-party characters, the other being Snake from Konami. He was in the first one where they had the Smash Ball, where you had ultimate super moves, and he was Golden Sonic.
Oh.
And he's been in since, I think. I
Yeah,
think
no.
they've just kept him in.
Yeah, a lot of the Smash games have been like
Yeah.
with the
So,
characters.
but I don't know if they would include Sonic. I feel like they would, because Sonic is going to be the most expanded individual property by the time that they would get to Brawl.
Yeah.
Because they're already planning a Knuckles movie, I think, which Idris Elba
Knuckles
killed
show.
it as Knuckles. Oh, Knuckles show. Idris Elba killed it as Knuckles.
Yeah.
He was hilarious.
I never
If
saw
he
the
just
movie.
keeps, if he just keeps up being he's basically like the Drax.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything modern, everything from the world that's not his own world. He doesn't understand sarcasm. Like, just he does not compute sarcasm,
Mm-hmm.
and it leads to hilarious moments. You have Tails already in it. I think they have the Batgirl was like the post credit scene where like she's gonna be in it.
Mm.
So they're expanding the cast of Sonic there, and they had Golden Sonic in the movies already. So they already have his ultimate move basically.
Yeah.
If they do a brawl, I would do Sonic. I would keep Sonic in, but that's obviously a Nintendo Sega rights thing to work out. I could definitely see it not being allowable. They couldn't come to an agreement, but I think that they probably would. They have for all their games. Why would the movies be any different? It's the same lawyers. And I would definitely do Zelda. Basically need to. It's one of the hottest properties at the moment. Metroid, also one of the hottest properties, and also leads, I think, would be the best property that they have right now that's ongoing for a movie.
Yeah, you can make it like
it's really cool.
You can make it like almost like a not horror because kids wouldn't see it, but almost like a kid horror.
Like Dread, like Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
Like something rated T for teen, not E for everyone.
Yeah.
You could do that with Metroid when you might toe the line with Zelda because it's sword fighting and stuff. But with Metroid, you could definitely cross that line. It's more sci-fi, which you already go in. It already has a lot of horror movies that have been good in the past have been sci-fi themed, so lends itself well. I'm trying to think of the roster. I think you would definitely include Ganondorf in the movie for Zelda, so you could have him because you need the antagonists.
Yeah.
And the antagonist for Mario right now, but also Mario introduced Donkey Kong, which is great. All the Kongs. So you could have, and Diddy Kong was in there already. So you could have a ton of people already just from this Mario movie alone.
Yeah.
Get some Peach, Rosalina stuff in there. Get some of the Mario Galaxy people in like in one of the next movies. Not the next one. Don't go to space in the next Mario movie, but build up to it. Who else is big? You
could do like no, I don't think
Kirby.
they need their Kirby. You could do, but that's another one I don't think needs its own movie. That's something I think like could just like be introduced in the Smash movie.
Yeah, the worlds colliding thing.
Yeah,
like just have a couple of different ones.
You could just do like even like I feel like Ness and Lucas could be tacked in on there.
Yeah, you don't need your own movie for that. I mean, that would be a weird one too if they really went to the source material.
Yeah,
since Earthbound is a darker theme.
Yeah, doesn't like the mom die at the beginning of Mother 3 or something?
Mother 3 is one of the saddest ones. Yeah, I've never played it because I don't even think they had an English.
You have to get
like
an English patch for it.
Yeah, maybe, and I assume at some point they will release an English patch that's official from Nintendo. But until then, Who knows? Who else did they have? Trying to think. There's Kirby, Star Fox. You could
That could
definitely
be a
do a
cool
Star
movie.
Fox. That's another thing that's kind of sci-fi. That could be like the non-horror sci-fi, the Star Warsy sci-fi, and then you have the Metroids, the horror sci-fi. I just think it is an amazing opportunity. They made $1 billion fucking dollars. Illumination is a great studio that's kind of top notch right now,
Hmm.
and they could expand Illumination and have a whole just Nintendo department working on just Nintendoverse movies.
Yeah.
And I think Fisher was saying to me you'd have to do them all in the same style to make the Smash Bros work. I don't think so. I think you could have the Pokemon from Detective Pikachu and Mario, and it would just mix well. It would mix fine.
Well,
They're
I
different
raise one
universes.
question, or I raise one counterpoint. Nickelodeon, I don't remember the year. Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. That was a crossover event between Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents. And when Jimmy Neutron went to Fairly Odd Parents world, he was drawn in their style. And when when Timmy Turner went to Jimmy Neutron's world, he was drawn in their style. Boom. Counterpoint.
I mean, they've done it that way, but I'm saying they don't have to. Oh,
Yeah.
you're saying counterpoint to Fisher,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
he said they had to do it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
could change them, but I don't even think they have to
Yeah.
because they're all just CGI. It's all just
Also,
CGI
another
stuff.
character. I think another character you can add just like in the movie who doesn't need his own. He could have his own movie because like he has an anime too. Captain Falcon.
Yeah, Captain Falcon. I was thinking about him, but I was wondering because his game is based on racing.
Well, his
They could
anime's
have.
not. I don't think. Like his anime
Oh,
is
really?
like he's like some like fighter jet pilot dude.
Mm,
Um, I don't think it's necessarily racing though. I'm not sure. He like dies at the end of the anime or something.
bring his ass back.
Yeah.
Zombify him. I'll allow it this one time. I didn't even know there was an anime for it. I guess you wouldn't even have to. You wouldn't have to base it on racing. You could base it on the anime. I feel like racing would be an element of it. They could make it basically a Fast and Furious
That'd be hilarious.
Nintendo. It that is what it is. It's just ridiculous racing at high speed. I'm trying to think. There was another one whose character was. I had the character, and now it has eluded me. Oh, I mean, Master Hand obviously would be something.
Yeah, you gotta
I don't
put
know
him
how
in
you
there.
work him in, but he's a requirement for something. If you do Smash Bros, but they don't even have to do. They could even do Mario Party.
Yeah.
They could make a movie based on Mario Party. I'd probably watch it. They get sucked into a board game world and they have to solve all these like essentially escape room things to
That'd
get
be really
out,
cool.
and it's
Yeah.
all on a board like a puzzle board. The It's just endless. The opportunity for them is endless. Now that they made this Mario movie and it did really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was well done. And you have an amazing voice cast. I honestly did not even mind Chris Pratt
Me
as
neither.
Mario. I didn't even recognize him
Oh, I
from the trailer. I knew it
recognized
was Chris
him.
Pratt,
I
but
recognize him
from
in
the
this, but
movie,
like I don't think I minded it too much.
yeah, Charlie. I'm wondering if Charlie Day as Luigi would become too much if he was more, because he's not in the movie that much.
I don't think I minded him either. The only
I didn't
person
mind
that
him.
took me
How much
out
the,
of the movie, like that was like made me cringe slightly, is Seth Rogen's laugh as Donkey Kong. Every time he laughed, I was like, "This is weird."
they should have just done the laugh sound effect
Yeah.
instead of his laugh. Yeah, they should have done whatever it does, the high pitched like noise that they make in DK64.
Yeah.
They should just use that for his laugh. I agree on that one. I thought his voice was fine though. His
Yeah, I
voice
agree.
actually fit Donkey Kong better than I thought his would too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a smart choice that I don't know if
Anya
anyone really railed
Taylor-Joy,
against it,
good
but
Peach. I don't know if anyone was saying she wasn't a good
fantastic.
Peach.
She was fantastic, and I like her innocence. The way
Mm-hmm.
that she played innocent, the way that her story, which there is no story for Princess Peach until this movie,
Yeah.
is she just appeared there and the Toads were like, "Become our princess.
Yeah.
You're taller than all of us." And who knows where she came from? They basically set it up to be an origin story. Peach goes and finds her homeworld.
Yeah.
Definitely not fucking Brooklyn because she's wearing a crown. She's a princess,
Mm-hmm.
so she's in
I
some
love that there was
universe.
the baby Mario Greg, the flashback.
And they did the eyes.
Yeah.
The baby eyes. I was like, holy shit, this is top notch stuff. The sound effects that they had, the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun,
Yeah.
dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Obviously, Jack Black is the reason you go to watch this movie. His Bowser. He
Okay,
is
do you
Bowser.
think in the Peaches song there was like a filter on his voice ever?
No.
That's what I said. My friend that I saw it with was like, there's definitely something on his voice when he's playing Bowser. I'm like, I don't think so.
No, I think it was him.
Yeah.
I think he pulled a Benedict Cumberbatch with Smaug from Lord of the Rings, and he just made his voice do that.
Yeah.
And while singing, he's been a singer since he's been a movie star.
Yeah.
Since before he's been a movie star. So
Tenacious
I
D.
think the singing is definitely 100% him.
Yeah.
And it sounded like Bowser. It
Yeah.
didn't sound like Jack Black. It sounded like Bowser. That's why I don't think that his voice was modified at all. I think that
Yeah.
he could go on an interview and do that voice right now.
I agree.
Keegan Michael Key, great Toad.
I could
He's
barely
the
even
only
tell it
brave
was
Toad.
him.
I couldn't tell it was him at all. But I loved what he did with that Toad. I'm brave, and he like all the funny stuff. He cooks them. He cooks the guards, the I don't know, whatever it was, the dish.
I wish we got
mushrooms,
more
probably.
like high pitched Toad. Obviously, you can't do that for your whole voice, because it
yeah.
would just become so annoyingly screechy. Which is also why I
Yeah,
don't mind Chris Pratt, because like hearing
what they did with Mario.
hearing his whole voice the whole movie, I'd be like, this is annoying.
Yeah, the commercial in the beginning was funny.
Yeah.
I didn't. That was good, and it probably proved to the world that he could do that voice, and they specifically chose not to.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
But yeah, I would have liked.
I like the deep voice Toad.
Yeah.
Talking about that, I like the juxtaposition because it's almost like the huge anime character with the high pitched voice, like Pika from One Piece. But I also like the reverse, where it's like it's in Zootopia. Also, the little baby character has the deepest voice in the whole show, in the whole movie. That was fantastic. When it was the general, he was talking about how they're all doomed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, perfect, fantastic choice. Cranky Kong. I don't know who played him, but also really well done.
It was Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen. I need to see a picture of him, but I know he's been in a ton of stuff. Let me look him up right now. I like the segments. I like the fight segment with Donkey Kong. I also liked the Rainbow Road stuff with the carts they built, and I loved that they built their own carts by doing the same 3 toggles that they do in Mario Kart games. So good. I never expected that in a million years. I thought they were just gonna get carts.
I loved Toad's cart.
Toad's yeah. I don't want to spoil everything, but that was hilarious. And then Donkey Kong having the big ass missiles on his obviously already pre-made cart. I know who this guy is, Fred Armisen. Yeah, he's amazing. He's an amazing actor. I like him in everything that he does. He's hilarious. But yeah, I think the Mario movie is strongly recommend for anyone that would watch this podcast, listen to this podcast.
Yeah, I agree.
You listen to this podcast, you definitely have played a Mario game in your life. I find it hard to believe that you haven't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are at about an hour 2. We could. I mean, I think we'd take this segment that I'm highlighted right now, move that to next week. I can do this one real quick. I know.
I wanted it to be weekly.
I mean, it's up to you. We could go a little bit longer today, but then we have, if we're recording 2 this week, we have more to do that next week or next time. Because this could take a little bit. If we want to get into the nitty-gritty.
All right, well, it will become weekly. We could do I don't want to have to think of a different one on the spot.
We'll preface it. We're gonna bring back next week moments from history.
Yeah.
But we just got too delayed talking about the vacation, talking about the Mario movie, talking about everything. So, but yeah, real quick before we end, I am addicted to a new game. I've spent money on it too much. Not too much. Like
the first bullet point. I'm addicted to this new game. I've spent money on it. I mean, that says something. That goes a long way. But it's just funny that is the first bullet point that came up.
Like if you I'm not gonna say the amount I spent because no one needs to know that. That's my business. But like, if I said the amount, you wouldn't be like, "Oh my god, you're moving. You need to save your money." Like, oh, okay. The game is called Honkai Star Rail. It is basically, if anyone knows Genshin Impact, imagine Genshin Impact, but 1, it's not a Zelda Breath of the Wild clone anymore. Like, you don't have a stamina bar like you do in Breath of the Wild. And 2, instead of being like actually like going around pressing square to attack thing, it's just turn-based. It's a super fun game. and I've literally played it since I've got it. Like I think like Thursday or Friday. Every free moment I've had, I've played that game. I canceled one of my
On your
streams.
phone?
It's on, so it's cross everything. It's on. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on. I play it on PC. You can get it on PS5. Play it on console. I can like shut off my my PC, and then load it on console. It'll be fine. It'll all transfer.
Genshin does that too, right?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Genshin. Okay.
Um, but yeah, so it's super fun. It's turn based. It works.
Wait. So it's super fun and it's turn based. You're saying it's better than One Piece Odyssey?
Crazy.
Holy shit.
Story's actually better than One Piece Odyssey.
Huh.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like you have your own character who can like be on the team, or you can kick him off, and the story doesn't care at all. Like you can summon the character that you meet later on, and it doesn't matter. Like she can be on your team running around the world. There can be literally two of her at once. Like you'll talk to her as her, but then when a cutscene starts, you'll switch over to your main character or your created character, even if he's not in your party. So there's no restrictions like that. But yeah, it's super fun. I know one of my friends who hates Genshin loves this game. I like Genshin, and I like this game.
Why did your friend hate Genshin? Give the reasons, or
I think
I don't hate Genshin. I've never played it.
Yeah. So the rates in Genshin aren't great, and the rates in this game aren't great. But I think because this game's so new, it's like it's more forgiving because you can catch up very easily. Like you'll get so much stuff at the beginning where you can make a great team right away and probably never change that team, honestly.
For now.
Yeah.
Eventually, with future content, I'm sure you'll have to.
Yeah. Like I have a character right now who this is the girl I was summoning for. I spent like I bought like a $50 pack. I bought like a $15 pack. I spent a lot to get her.
He wasn't gonna tell us though.
No, but that's not everything.
Yeah.
And her whole gimmick is like if she kills someone, she gets another turn. And so she's just your main DPS on the team. So she'll just go forever. And yeah, super fun game. There's a bunch of like different it's very like Genshin in the sense of like there's a bunch of different like weird fighting types. Like it's not just fire, ice, wind. There's like imaginary, there's quantum type. And it's not like weakness like this is stronger than this. It's more so like if you use the weakness on this character, then you can break them and they'll like miss a turn and stuff like that. But yeah, the gameplay is
That's cool.
Very fun. I like it more than Genshin just because like I can turn it on and do my dailies in like 5 minutes, whereas Genshin I can turn it on and do my dailies in like 20 minutes because I don't actually have to play it. I literally, because it's all turn based, I can just click an auto button, 2x speed button, and I'm done. But yeah, that's my new addiction. I wish that there was like a creator code so I could be like, hey, put in my code. I can't.
And you would of course have your own creator code.
Yeah, obviously.
If the system existed, you would be one of the creators, having streamed it exactly 0 times. One time.
Thank you very much.
1 time. Okay.
No, but sometimes like you can just give someone a link and anybody can be a code holder type thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I only know Supercell creator codes, and I know they don't do it that way.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, that doesn't exist. So, if anyone wants to try it, I mean, hey, join my Discord. I got a server. I got a channel in there, and we all talk about it. I can add you as a friend. I got some level 40 characters who can help you out on your dailies. You can add me. You can summon the best character in the game. I can take your character and help me out on my dailies. Fun game. Fun game.
I'll probably check it out. It's
Yeah.
free?
Yeah.
Okay. I know it said free to play. I'd do it free to play.
Yeah.
Because I only spend money on one gacha at a time, and I don't think I'll ever replace Dokkan.
Yeah, I haven't played that in a minute. I need a banner to come out to bring me back into the game.
Well, they have a new one now that's Goku and Piccolo Jr. from the end of Dragon Ball.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
I mean, I actually summoned because they had the rotation. I did one rotation on each. Total shit on the Piccolo one. On the Goku one, on my free pull, I got 3 Gokus.
Well, here's the problem. My phone is the main reason I haven't played it is because I'm running out of storage on my phone to the point where like I can't load emails because it's so if I try to update this game, it yells at me. So I just need I need a new phone.
I have that problem because of the anime I have downloaded for the train ride.
Oh.
I basically like I'm playing hot potato with the anime episodes that I have downloaded.
Yeah. But yeah.
I had to delete an anime episode in order to download the Universal Studios
Really?
California app. Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess that's gonna do it for this week. Should be more consistent. Potentially end of May will get a little iffy because I'm moving and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think after that we don't really have any reasons why we wouldn't.
Yeah, unless like I plan on a spontaneous vacation.
Yeah, I don't think either of us are as busy this summer as we were last summer.
Yeah, no.
And like the only thing I might have is maybe a vacation trip for my girlfriend's birthday. Like nice. that would be in October or November, and we would have probably I'll probably move by then. Fuck this place in Optimum. So I think we'll be pretty good at consistency. We've been pretty good. We just had a couple of hiccups because I'm going on vacations like 2 weeks apart.
Yeah.
And we've both been having dog medical issues.
That's something. Okay, so, next week. Yeah, next week. Stay tuned for that podcast. Too. My dog is a psychopath.
Yeah, I'll talk about my dog shitting inside. My 85-pound dog taking huge monster shits inside.
But yeah.
Way to end. What a way to end.
Stay tuned for shits next time. But yeah, thanks everyone for listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube. We'll get the other platforms settled eventually. Eventually.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. That's on my to-do list. I also have on my to-do list updating my own personal Discord. I just haven't really done anything management-wise.
Yeah.
And I need to set aside time for it. I created a Monday. Monday.com. It's the project management thing. No?
I never used that.
I should just I think I have up to 2 invites for free. I should add you and we should make a eventually pod board. But I did it for my own thing. I've missed every single one of my own deadlines. So I don't hold out hope. It was review my emotes, change up my my alerts, stuff like that. Set up donations, I think was one of them.
Well, that shit's also easy. You can be like, hey, review my emotes, look at them. All right. I looked at them.
They look good. 2 thumbs up.
I'm mad. The person who created my emotes is disappeared off of Fiverr.
Oh, that sucks.
I know.
That sucks. And it sucks even more because we have nonstop artists that reach out to us and harass us. As small streamers.
It really pisses me off. I don't know why it pisses me off so much. Actually, I do know why it does. Because these people come in and then they'll follow you just so they'll get your attention because they know as a small streamer we have follow notifications on. And then the first message they say is obviously a copy paste. And then you say no and they're like, oh, okay. And then they unfollow you. Don't follow me in the first place. I don't want you here. And then you get some people who bug you on Discord for 73 hours every freaking day.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement. Leave me the hell alone. If I need art, I will come to you.
Yeah, I don't mind that much. I have someone who reached out and had never harassed me after reaching out and becoming a friend on Discord. It was just like, hey, whenever you're ready, reach out.
Yeah, that's fine.
My portfolio.
That's fine.
I'd probably go with that person just because of the way that they've acted.
Yeah, even if I think it's the follow and then the unfollow that pisses me off. If you just follow, ask me, I say no. They're like, hey, can I add you on Discord? I'll add them. Cool, whatever. That's all you need to say from me. And then that's a GG. But then if you unfollow me, which shows me that you don't really care about anything, you just want a commission, and then annoy me on Discord for weeks on end, no, I'm not going to use you. God damn it. Anyway, this just goes back to my beef with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that's going to do it for today. Thanks everyone for listening. Didn't hear it here first. You didn't hear it here last. You heard it here. ... Hold it. ... Eventually.